Here's a fucking weekly recap!
Hey, it's week, whatever, nine? It's a week. Cool. Just fantasy football. It's, crazy. Okay, let's go to the games. Last week, some other people played some other people. This week, I bet the same will happen, but different. Dragons. Fucking dragons, man. 300. The prince thought that 3 would come, but he was wrong. Ha. Oh, he was wrong. Week 8 happened. What happened? I lost. Crazy. Shut Up Dylan lost. Squeakers won. River Manor won. Bengals, they lost. Bengals, Danielle got 136 points, and still Kate got 151 and beat her. Danielle is just killing it and not getting the wins, which is sad. Funny Beats got 165 points, which is too many points for a person to get, beating Dylan, which makes me happy about it. And Team Big Pebs lose big. They lose big to you talking about Dicka, who got 143 points. Tens of thousands burnt. They burnt. It turned into a wasteland. I'm talking about the dragons. It's a dragon. Okay. Look. Dragon. Who cares about this? When we got dragons. Who cares? Okay. Next week. Honey Beats versus me. Chalk that up, Mike. Although your projected total is currently 48. That's low, I hear. The Carthy on your face versus the Squeaky Squeaks, both 4-4. You talk about Dicka versus the River Manor Shrimpers, both on a little bit of a roll here, looking to dick each other in the butt, which is graphic, but it's exactly what's going to happen. Chainsaw Pandas versus Shut Up Dylan. Woo! I'll come back to that in a moment. Bengals versus the Team Big Pebbles. Shut Up Dylan versus the Chainsaw Pandas. Head to head. Shut Up versus Pandas with chainsaws. The you know, match of the week. I'll call it the match of the week. I'm not gonna say century. I was gonna say century, but it's match of the week. Standings, it's the same except for it's different. Mark.
What in God's name were you just doing?
Whatever I want.
What were you singing?
Yeah.
What's your book? What book is it?
It's George R.R. Martin, the guy who writes all that Game of Thrones stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He basically wrote a prologue to all of his stuff with like...
It looks like it's a fucking $50 book.
It's a $20 book. It's the untold history of his world. It's all made up. It's crazy.
That is a neat book you have got there. If I asked you about the Giants, tell me where.
Talk to the camera.
Who's that guy? I would like to know. Look at that. No, really.
Targaryen Kings. I don't know.
I don't want to know.
That's
about
what it looks like in the book.
Manning and the Giants. I want to know about the Giants and the first men.
You have anything to say about fantasy football? Did you lose?
Yeah. Abby nearly
Dude, you're facing
like doubled
Dylan
my
this
point.
week, though.
No,
it's Shut Up Dylan versus Dylan.
It's not gonna do anything.
I don't care. I think this is the one week you should put in some effort and then just
Alright.
cut it and just stud it out.
Okay. I'll look at some numbers today. But seriously, when you're done with this book, let me know.
Yeah. Look at that. That dragon's burning all of that shit.
That's cool as fuck. Remember the movie Reign of Fire? That was
Yeah,
like the
I
Reign
liked
of the
that
Dragons.
movie.
It's an interesting concept.
With Matthew McConaughey, who was fucking
He was
jacked.
he was a maniac. He was
and Christian Bale
barbarian.
prior to Batman.
Super thin. Not as thin as he was during
Machinist.
That's what I wanted.
Right. Yeah. I want to know if it's always been desert, because like the Dothraki are now there, right? And they're riding around the desert and they're kicking ass and taking names. It's a different kind of
sea, though. It's like an open savanna, like they're tigers, lions, but horses. The weirdo in the
the weirdo in the tree. The weirdest. It's okay. He's not even going to be in this season.
Spoiler alerts.
Oh, them. Fantasy football. Week 9. I am almost firmly out of the playoffs, which, I mean, obviously, why wouldn't that happen? And y'all motherfuckers are all doing pretty well, except for Mark, Danielle. But everyone else has a pretty good chance of getting in right now. And as we come to a close, I hope you learned something. I hope you've taken something away from this today. That no matter what, as fantasy football comes in and out of your lives, day in, day out, drop, add, trade, never, Chris/Kate, Team Big Pabs, Football Abby, Shut Up Dylan, and Dylan in Thailand, who cannot find the internet. Nothing matters more than look at that. Look at that. Look at that. House Aaron. I don't give a shit about House Aaron. They're dicks. I gotta go work. It's not work I gotta do. I'm gonna read that book. Week 9. It's a week. In the fantasy football season. Get dicked, you guys. Talk a dick. I'm trying so hard not to care. I'm actually doing a pretty good job, but with this book. But when I'm done with this book, I'm sure the pain and the misery of losing in fantasy football will come back into my life at a steaming pace, like a steaming steam train. That's a steam train, like the first steam train that happened when I wish I was on. Sorry, I got into a thing about trains, but I've been into trains as much as I've been into Game of Thrones lately, and it's just a thing that I have been on the forefront of my mind. I gotta go. Okay, bye.